What is the best pre-sale to be buying into right now? Today we're going to be comparing Solaxy with Pepe because both of these have quite intriguing topics surrounding them, but I think one of them will take the cake, and I'm going to explain why. None of this is financial advice, but let's dive into the video. First, let's talk about Pepe, because this is a brand new pre-sale project. They're already raising tens of thousands of dollars, and it's super easy to get involved. And as you can notice on the screen right now, the art and narrative surrounding this project is fantastic and definitely in tune with the mainstream right now. Here we can see it says Pepe is not just another crypto token. It is a movement for genuine financial freedom, decentralization, and disruption of the crypto landscape. And just like we're seeing in the real world and traditional finance world, a lot of people are talking about escaping the matrix and basically just rejecting the traditional system in order to change it. So the fact that a meme coin is come out right now that is absolutely in line with that narrative does give it a decent chance to get a lot of momentum in the meme coin space. Now, next we have Solaxy, and as you can see, the website definitely looks a lot different, and it's definitely more based around their utility. But personally, yes, these guys have raised 47 million, and I think, yeah, that could be a little bit too late to get in. But yes, they do have this utility that is a layer 2 on Solana. Now, that might sound good off the bat, but when you compare Solana to something like Ethereum definitely needed a layer 2 just because of the fees and the slow transaction times. But the real question here is, does Solana actually need one? Personally, in my opinion, in the space for 10 years, I would just say Solana doesn't really need a layer 2, and that is why I'm not really keen on this project, and I would say Pepe has a lot more potential over the long and short term. Now, Pepe as a whole, we can see they've been audited by Certic, which is the #1 auditing company, Coinsalt, which is very high up, and Cyberscope, which is also very prominent. So these guys are definitely on the ball when it comes to transparency and security. Now, the pre-sale structure goes like this. The current price is 5 cents per token, but at launch price at stage 15, it's actually going to be 16 cents per token. So what does that mean? Well, basically, you're going to get a 3x off the bat here if you were to buy now to the token generation event. And to reduce sell pressure after the pre-sale, tokens will be unlocking hourly post-launch. And this is something we don't see many pre-sale projects doing, but I think it is a great addition to this project to really give it that sustainability and level it out early so it can get decent success after launch. As well as that, these guys are going to be implementing a governance system. So what does that mean? Well, any kind of future of this project will be put to a vote, and anyone that holds the token here, guys, will be able to vote on that future. So the future of this project is definitely in the community's hands, and this is something I love to see from many different projects. So to get involved with this and actually join that governance system, you will need to hold 1 million of the tokens, which isn't actually that much when you think about it. So overall, I think, yes, this is a fantastic project. And if we scroll down here, we can see these guys have a lot of things planned. Here we can see the rug pull prevention system. So this is going to be where they take 2.5% tax on any buys and essentially add it to auto liquidity. So over time, the liquidity will be increasing massively, further bringing stability to the price. And when you pair this with the hourly unlocks, I think this is going to be great for the beginnings and the longevity of this token. As well as that, the LP tokens will be burnt instantly. So what does that mean? The LP tokens will be in the DEX, but there won't be any key to access that LP token, and it will be there forever. So this just adds to the trust of the project as a whole because no one can pull liquidity. Now, when we're talking about tokenomics here, we can see there's 1 billion Pepe tokens, and you can see 45% is for the pre-sale, 5% for giveaways, 5% for the ecosystem, 25% for marketing, 10% for liquidity, and 10% for development here. So overall, we can see here with the tokenomics that over 50% is actually going to be distributed to the community via the pre-sale, via liquidity, and via the giveaways. So this is a massive criteria tick box for me because it means the project's going to be a lot more decentralized. And when you pair that with the DAO system that they're having in place, this is really going to be a secure, community-driven project where the community actually hold a majority of the tokens. But when it comes to blockchain and compatibility, this is going to be an ERC20 token, and it's going to be fully compatible with all major wallets. And as we've seen, the smart contract here has been fully audited pre-launch. So getting involved with this pre-sale is super easy. We can see that we can choose between Ethereum, BNB, or Base to actually buy the token. And then, yes, we can go and use USDT or USDC when doing so. But let's say we want to buy with one Ethereum here. We can see that, yes, we will actually be able to get 51,000 tokens of the NEO ticker, which I think is a very decent amount. And over time, obviously, we're going for that 3x to token generation event. And because of this being a very strong narrative and movement, I do think we go a lot higher than that, potentially 10 or even 100x in the future. So overall, when comparing Neo Pepe with Solaxy, I would definitely say Neo Pepe takes the cake here. I will leave a link to it down in the description, but that is going to be it from me. Have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next one.